What's up, everybody? Welcome to the Wrestling Junkies podcast. I'm Eric, Mr. Cincinnati Robinson. As always, I'm joined by the podcast dad himself, Chris Hoops. Choops, my friend, how we doing today?
It's a great day. Title Tuesday, NXT Tuesday, but guess what we get to start with on our Tuesday? Are you ready? Because I'm ready.
Dude, I've been thinking about this one for a couple of weeks now. I can't believe that we actually pulled this off. Like, I mean, we got them all agreed to be in the same space together. That's they're here.
Yes.
I mean, what could possibly go wrong?
Don't lie.
What? I'm just saying. Look. Come on, it's a championship summit, not a contract signing. All right, look, here's the deal. As everybody knows, Platinum Championship Wrestling's Turn the Page event, their biggest show of the year, is coming up this Friday, October 13th in Covington, Georgia. It will be shown on IWTV a couple of weeks after the show. Tickets are available now, but we have managed to get, at least right now, 3/4 of the main event to appear on this show tonight for a championship summit. So without further ado, we're going to bring out our first guest. He is one of the number one contenders for the PCW World Heavyweight Championship. Ladies and gentlemen, Duncan Mitchell Avecilla, come on in.
How we doing, guys?
Duncan, how are you?
I'm not bad. Just here to, cause a little controversy, get eyes on Turn the Page. Want as many people to see me become your latest and greatest PCW heavyweight champion. So, yeah, let's get the show on the road. Yeah, let's do it.
All right. Well, we love to hear that. First and foremost, thank you for joining us. We know that things have been a little tense. I know the Wrestling Junkies have kind of inserted themselves into this story here, but we can't help that we're friends with your world champion. So, he rings, we answer. That's just kind of what it is.
You're being good friends. It sucks that you're friends with one of the probably biggest egos in Georgia wrestling, but
come on,
pick and choose.
Let's
keep it civil.
Yeah. Yes.
I mean, I do have some opinions on Bryce, though. About a year ago, the man tried to drown me and almost killed me from getting aspiration pneumonia. So, I'm going to feel a certain type of way whenever he's around me.
Allegedly is the correct word.
Well, more factually is the correct word. But go ahead.
All right. Okay. Yeah. Picture it didn't happen. But anyway, so every superhero has an origin story. Tell us, Duncan, how did you get into wrestling?
Man, I got into wrestling probably same way most people get into wrestling. Always wanted to be a pro wrestler since I was small. That has been my dream since I was a little kid. One summer in 2019, I was working at Lakewood Amphitheater. It just so happened my boss, I'm not going to go ahead and name him, was the manager of Fozzy, turns out. So he just so happened to have knowledge on how to break into the business. I confronted him on one day. I'm like, hey, so where do I need to go to start being a pro wrestler? He called Chris Jericho. Chris told him, hey, he can either go to the Nightmare Factory, then the Power Factory, or the WWA4. I wound up picking the Nightmare Factory, and the rest is history. I'm now probably one of the hottest young lions in the state of Georgia. I've traveled up and down the Southeast, and I'm continuing to try and make my mark in this business, get signed to a contract, whether that be WWE, AEW, New Japan. It does not matter. I want to be where the best are, and I want to beat the best. That's my goal, and I look to fulfill that.
Hell yeah. So how did you get introduced to Platinum Championship Wrestling?
Man, so I remember this is coming right out of lockdown. Pro wrestling is in a bit of a standstill. The Thunderdome era is a thing. I get a text from a wrestler that frequents Platinum called Lamar Diggs. He's like, hey, I'm going to be in your area, going to a place called Platinum Championship Wrestling. You may get a match. You may just be there chilling in the back eating catering, but bring your suitcase just in case. Matt Hankins got one look at me. He's like, book him. And a few months after that, I would become your longest reigning PCW Platinum Dealer's Choice champion. I enjoyed that reign for quite a bit. I enjoyed the matches that came of it, though that reign ended in a little bit of controversy because, man, I bumped into Bryce Cannon. I've beaten him in most of our encounters, but the one time he does beat me, he attempted to take my life, this stripping me of my rematch clause. And by the time that I was even considered for another title match, Bryce dropped the title due to lack of attendance, which really isn't surprising for me.
I know. Okay. All right. Let's just we'll keep it chill here. Remember.
Yep.
Like I said, I feel emotions about your friend. I'm not going to cuss. I'm not going to say any slurs or anything like that. But Bryce knows how I feel about him. Bryce knows how I feel.
Okay. All right. Again, we just keep it civil. We're here to have some fun. We're here to give you guys a platform.
Yeah, I'm having a great time.
We'll see where it goes. Duncan, you have the 4-way on Friday that turned the page. How did you get into the match?
So I had to jump through a few extra hoops to get in this match. Probably should have been in a triple threat match between Najasism and Bryce Cannon to begin with, but management at Platinum does not care for me. They've done everything in their power to hold me back, and they suspended me before our triple threat match, which left Bryce with Najasism, and I'll give credit where credit is due. Bryce was able to take advantage of my absence. He was able to get into Naj's head, and he was able to take that belt off of Najasism. And for that, good job. Congratulations. He's done a pretty poor job of being a fighting champion, but hey, he's smart. He picks his battles and he chooses them where he sees fit. Unfortunately, his BS has caught up with him in this situation. Now, how I got into this 4-way, I voiced my grievances and got a little bit heated. I wound up striking the general manager, Brian Blaze. Brian Blaze put up his rematch clause for the PCW Heavyweight Championship, and he lost. He lost. I pinned him clean in the ring, and that is how I'm here. I conquered Swamp Rules yet again, and now I'm back in the chase. That's how it happened.
All right. Well, congratulations on getting into the match, getting the
Thank
opportunity to wrestle Bryce. That is a honor that I think you should be very thankful for.
Well, I've done it 5 other times, so yeah, I'm getting a little bit sick of it.
Well, I mean, it sounds like you have a hell of an opportunity here on your hands, and as we've wanted the opportunity to speak to you first because we've not actually had the chance to introduce ourselves. But next up is a gentleman that we have had the opportunity to speak with, and that would be Mr. Domininc Stuckey. Now, Dominic and Chris and myself, it's been we've had a little bit of a contention the last couple of times that we've spoken, and we are going to do our best to remain professional. Okay, I'm going to do my best to remain professional. Podcast Dad, as always, is the consummate professional. Your kids are proud. Yeah, yada. Anyway, yeah, without further ado, Domininc Stuckey. Dominic, my friend, how we doing?
I'm doing great. Thanks for having me back. It looks like you invited a couple of my friends tonight too. So, yeah,
we try to be equal opportunity guys here, and you know that. I know that we have not always, we got off on the wrong foot, so I'm going to do my best to remain ever the professional. We just certainly hope that you can do the same, and let's have some fun. You guys got a big show, and we're not trying to take away from that this week, okay?
Well, I mean, obviously I proved I can be a professional. We did the podcast last time. It went off without any issues, at least on my part. And then not only that, just a couple weeks ago, I showed just how professional I was when I beat Naja and Cornelius Pepperbaum by carrying your bloody Bryce Cannon.
What did we just say?
If I'm not mistaken, I think Bryce suffered another horrific injury in that match with the shoulder injury. I know he needed stitches with that. So we'll table that discussion. We're happy you got the video working this time. So good job with you. What do you think you would do as the World Heavyweight Champion?
there's a lot of ways that you can cut up this fatal 4-way. You can cut it up to Naja, Bryce, and myself. We're 3 guys ranked to the top 10 of Georgia wrestling, not just some young lion like Duncan Mitchell. You can cut it up to
you're gonna hold on, man. Like, if you're gonna say my name, say it right, okay? Because last time I checked, I don't think you've ever pinned me. Like, legitimately, I don't think you once pinned me by yourself, Dom. Like, I know I pinned you. I know for a fact I pinned you. I pinned Bryce, and hey, I pinned Najasism as well. I pinned all 3 men in this match. So if you're gonna talk, at least talk with a little bit of respect. I know it's hard for you to do that, but please try. I mean,
I'm talking with respect, but men lie, women lie, numbers don't lie, and I don't see you in the top 10 alongside of us. And
I'm not brown-nosing Dusty Finish, so let's talk about that too.
Well, I think, Larry Goodman would say the same thing as well. And isn't he the OG? Isn't he the top?
Yeah, he looks like a fossil, but yes, Larry is the OG.
You
talk about Rob Brodiker, Duke Ingram, other people that aren't completely biased like Dusty or
I like Rob. I like Broad. I mean, I like Duke, who also said, that we're up there. So, but we're getting off topic because what I was going to say was you can cut it up to guys who have been champion in PCW, including Duncan Mitchell, Avecilla, Bryce Cannon, and Najasism. I'm the only guy that has never held any type of gold or silver around PCW, so I'm the only betting favorite going into this match. See, you have Duncan. He has his submissions. You have Najee. He has his speed. You have Bryce. Believe it or not, he has his smarts. I'm a little bit of all of that. I'm a little bit stronger. I'm a little bit faster. I'm a little bit more aggressive than my opponents. I'm the guy that when Platinum bets on, I always deliver. Look back at the Platinum Rumble. When there's more men in that ring than there ever has been in the history of PCW, and that's a long 15-year history at PCW. Who came out on top, Duncan? Remind me real quick.
No, that was it. Now, Dom, I am going to give credit where credit is due here. There's not a lot of people that I actually respect in this match. I hate Bryce Cannon. I despise Najasism. You, on the other hand, Dom, you earned your way into this match. Whether I like it or not, you earned your way into this match. You gave it your all to win that Rumble. Okay? Like, you have been working your ass off to get to this point in your tenure at Platinum Championship Wrestling. You deserve to be champion. I do believe that you actually deserve to be a champion. You just got to go through me before you can get there. And I don't see that happening anytime soon. So enjoy the time you have in the spotlight, because it ain't going to last.
Well, on that note, I know that everybody has a lot they want to say here, but I do want to introduce our 3rd contender for the title, ladies and gentlemen, Najasism. Hey, Naj, can you hear us?
Yeah, I can hear you, and I can hear all the BS coming out of both of those men's mouths. As you can see, while they're sitting at home on the couch resting, I'm in the ring right now practicing and working hard like I always do to be the champion that I'm going to be for the 2nd time. It's all good.
The 2nd time means you lost it once, right?
Yeah. Yes. Thank you, Dom. Another thing, why are you even in this match? You kind of just pouted and then signed a piece of paper after Dom went through hell to earn his opportunity. You claim to be his friend, but that's not what friends do.
Duncan's right. Duncan earned his way in. I earned my way in. And whether we like it or not, Bryce Cannon is the champion. He earned his way in.
Precisely.
You just signed a piece of paper.
Duncan, have you forgot how many times I beat you while I was champion? How many times I've beaten you? I can't even count. It's definitely more than 5 fingers. So that earns me a title shot right there, point blank.
Okay, that earns you a title shot. You think that earns you a title shot? And Naja, what have you been doing in PCW lately? Like, what have you done of relevance? Like, Dom already put over the fact that he carried you in that tag team match. Like, what happened? What happened to It's Time to Fight? What happened to the GBB? No. Naja, I'm going to tell you what I feel, what I think right now. I think you're starting to slip up, brother. I think you're one bad day away from becoming what I became. I think that after this fatal 4-way that you fail to come out on top of, you're going to be just like me. In fact, you're going to be even worse than me. You're going to turn on those fans. And once you do turn on those fans, you will turn on those fans. Here's what's going to happen. They are going to hate you. They're going to spit at you. They are going to call you every vile, disgusting name that they can think of, probably even names that they even call me. Because guess what? Those fans are awful. They are ungrateful and they don't care about you. The only reason they chant your name is because you beat up the people that they can't stand. But guess what? Pretty soon, you're going to be one of those people they can't stand, Naja.
All right.
I swear, talking is like watching paint dry. Domininc Stuckey gets a few good reviews, and he thinks he's on top of the world. Domininc, you my buddy, you my friend, you my pal, but you're still not on my level.
He's being facetious when he says that, by the way, Dom.
A few good reviews. You didn't answer any of Duncan's questions, and I just have a question for you.
Because Duncan doesn't matter.
Is it Najasism or nepotism?
10 times, 12 times.
I also knocked him out before I got out of the ring at the last show, too.
All right. Let's all take a beat.
Dom was there.
Hold on, fellas. Hold on.
Dom, yeah, let's take a beat here. Let's regroup here for a second. We've got our contenders here. I mean, what's a fatal 4-way without a champion? We want to introduce our good friend of the wrestling junkies, the Frat Daddy himself. He has been medically cleared to join us tonight. Frat Daddy, Bryce Cannon, your PCW World Champion, is in the house. How we doing, brother? You're good.
Doing great.
You're good.
Doing great. This is so cute. This is so cute to watch three chooches battle over who they think is actually going to beat the Frat Daddy. I mean, you got Duncan Mitchell over here crying about a year's worth of feuds and me drowning him in a match. You've got Domininc over here, like Naja said, written and raving about one review in a Georgia ranking system. And then you got Naja over here who can't even count past 5 fingers. So, this is just great. This is just exactly what I want. All of these guys are focused on other things except, hold on, my PCW heavyweight championship. So it's great to see you guys. And yes, I'm in a shitty hotel here, but it's because I'm out here doing the champion's work and spreading the news of Turn the Page this Friday.
Yeah, shouldn't a champion be able to afford a 5-star hotel, Bryce?
Well, you would think that, but Platinum Championship Wrestling's budget isn't the best. So, I mean, let's be honest, they book you, so can't be that great.
Can we we go back to the one good review? Because the way I'm looking at it is I'm the vet in this situation. Because Duncan, you already said that you started in 2019. Bryce, I remember when you were wrestling in loafers, and Naja, just like the way you've lost that championship once, you've already quit wrestling once. And the way I see it, there's Friday is going to be no different.
Fantastic point.
You guys talk about one good review, but I have 7
We've got a quitter on our hands, ladies and gentlemen.
Yes, we do. We also have an unprofessional. He can't even show up to the podcast on time. Like
this should be a fatal 4-way I quit match. Naja's already lost.
I just want to say one thing to everybody. Podcast, the host, Duncan, Bryce, Domininc, everybody that's on the podcast, respectfully, you all can kiss my black ass. Everybody.
Wait, Chief, did he just on our show?
On our show.
So let me get this straight. We give you the platform to be on our show, and we got to kiss your black ass. Is that how this works here?
Hey, look, he left. He left the podcast too. Look,
kick rocks.
Wow.
Yeah.
I would say I can't believe it, but that's actually within his character.
Yeah, look, and I'm gonna go on what Dom said. Like, Najasism doesn't want the best for PCW. He wants the best for PCW as long as he himself is the face of PCW. The second that he gets taken out of the limelight, he's going to try and burn that place to the ground. And honestly, I think, personally, it's on guys like Domininc Stuckey. It's on guys like myself. It's on, dare I say, guys like Bryce Cannon to carry the legacy.
I'm so glad that you said that.
Like,
I'm so glad that you said that because, Duncan, I want to point out something that Bryce pointed out on the show a couple of weeks ago. And in case you didn't have the chance to watch the Wrestling Junkies podcast, which if you haven't, you should, I just want to point you to a little piece of footage that we held on just for this occasion.
I like where
They won as a new champion, but what they fail to realize is I've given them a crowd. I've packed that building out week in and week out every time that I step foot into the Platinum Palace, as they call it. The matches are on fire. We've got a great roster of young talent mixed with a couple of veterans to help steer the ship. And I mean, to be honest, you've got a great heavyweight champion in Bryce Cannon promoting your product every day. Every time that Platinum Championship Wrestling shares something on Facebook, who's the first one to like and share that? It's me, the frat daddy, the flag bearer of that show. You know what I mean? I don't know if Bryce Cannon as champ raises the ceiling of any promotion, but it's obvious he raises the floor. Since he's been champ, each show has seemed fuller and livelier, and as Dom pointed out, he hasn't even wrestled yet. Obviously, this is a testament to everyone in the organization that make PCW happen, but Bryce has played the role to perfection so far as a leading man.
Is there anything else that we need to say based on what you just saw?
A lot, actually, because I keep hearing, how it's a team achievement, how it's a locker room achievement, how it's a promotional achievement. But for some reason, you keep only attributing that achievement to Bryce.
Like yes.
Bryce is the face.
Yeah, Dominic's actually right. Yes.
Oh my God. Oh my God.
Oh, look, he actually came back. He finished having a tantrum and he decided to come back to the podcast. Wow. Well, big round of applause for Najee. For once in his life, he decided to be a professional. Like
what you guys have done for this company, let's keep it real. No one has done what I've done for this company.
Except
no
Brian
one has
Blaze.
put in the main events.
yeah, Brian Blaze, Star Jeter, ERC, the Washington Bullets. There are so many more people dedicated to this promotion, and then there's you, the biggest ego in the room, even bigger than Bryce Cannon, and that's a hell of an achievement right there.
And you hear it every time I come out. Yeah, they're chanting my name. They're not chanting my name because I begged them to chant my name. They're chanting my name because I deserve for them to chant my name. Not just in PCW, but every freaking place I wrestle, I steal the show and I bring it.
But
I pack the house everywhere I go, Bryce.
But when they were chanting my name,
Naja,
you had to put out my flame. I couldn't shine for a little bit. I couldn't have September and October. Because Najee, I'm just asking you, Najasism or nepotism? Did I not win that Battle Rumble?
You won it, but I still hadn't had my rematch yet.
Yeah, but since when has it been about handouts? Could I not have given you the rematch?
Let's actually cycle back to the Rumble. Dom, you and Hunter James were last two in that match, right?
Yes, sir.
Who was the first person to get eliminated from that Rumble?
They're actually in this podcast right now, and I hate
In fact, I was one of the final five, and Najasism, supposedly the greatest, the baddest, the best in PCW, is the first one who gets ousted out of the ring.
Let's context is king. So let's figure out why I was the first eliminated.
No, man. You're Superman. You're Superman. You think you can take on everyone in the locker room, but when the locker room actually stands up to you, you get your ass kicked. So you're really not that special. You're not that phenomenal. Like, you're average. By yourself, you're nothing.
So what does that make you? Because average has beaten you several
times. I have beaten plenty of people on my own. Okay?
I don't think he wants to hear the whole backstory.
Yeah, because he throws tantrums. Like, childish. That was our PCW champion. Think long and hard about that. That was the guy carrying our brand.
Well, thank God it's not an
and yet now he's not.
Was.
Yes, thank God.
Now you have a champion that you can be proud of. Now you have a champion that actually does the work for the people. I don't care if they like me or not. Like the video said earlier, the house is up. Concessions are up. You guys in the back are happy, except for the ones that aren't in my spot. Let's be honest. And that's all of you.
I thought we just got off of our chest that was not a Bryce Cannon achievement. I mean, Bryce, are you going to take credit for our tag team win? Because who did all the work there?
Me.
Domininc Stuckey. Legitimately speaking, Domininc Stuckey.
As I stated earlier, Bryce did suffer another injury in that match.
Yeah.
No.
Thank
And
you. I bear the scar to this day. What scars did you come out of with that, huh?
I'm just saying, not only did I play my part, I was Bryce Cannon better than Bryce Cannon was.
All right, now
I
we're
mean,
okay. Now
what is that
okay.
even
All right,
supposed
all
to
right,
mean,
all right.
Tom?
Yeah. Come on.
Did you not see the kick? Did you not hear how they chanted for me once I held that championship up? They weren't chanting for you. They weren't chanting for Naja. They definitely weren't chanting for your boy Pepperbottom, who desperately needed a nurse at the moment. They were chanting for Domininc.
All right, let's
Stuckey.
leave Pep out of it. He's not here to defend himself. All right.
Yeah, but then what
that'd
did
be
you
nice.
have to do after the match? You sat there and attacked a guy that you just said probably needed a nurse. So you stooped down to a low level just to do what? To do what?
Hey, you could
Raise
have
one
helped
up
him.
in your shorts? I don't know.
You could have
But
helped
look,
him. The water was fine. Hop on in. You always talk about the swim trunks
I was going to celebrate our victory that I achieved for us.
that you achieved for us. Who got the pin?
That doesn't matter. I did the work for the pin. You just happened to blind tag yourself in and go ahead and get the cover. And that's exactly it. You're a selfish
listen. In all fairness, like Dom did the majority of that work while you sat on the apron looking like Butters dressed up as Triceratops from South Park.
Okay.
Like,
All right, come on,
All
come
right,
on.
let's keep it civil, guys. You know, let's everybody just keep it civil. Let's
You know, there's no
continue.
point in keeping it civil because this Friday, PCW is going to have a civil war. Only one man in this four-way can come out as champion. Only one man gets to have his vision. You have Duncan and the Eastside Ronin, their vision. You have Bryce Cannon, the Exotic Youth, and his vision. You have Najasism and his ego and his vision. And then you have Domininc Stuckey, the guy that's actually putting PCW first, the guy that's putting the people first, in my vision. There is no civil about this. There never was.
What is putting the people first doing for you?
Huh? What is putting the people first doing for me?
Nothing.
You're going to see when we get in the ring. When they're chanting my name and they're not chanting yours, and you get punched in the face and you just wish that somebody would call out to you. Call out and let them know that that they care about you. That's what the power of the people does for me.
Look,
I have never once wanted these idiots to call out my name. I could care less if they say my name or not, because at the end of the day, those people didn't help me win this. I helped me win this.
With a little bit of help.
I'm the only one.
Pepperbottom from Pepper. Look, as Dom's saying,
Peps
it's going to be
wasn't
civil
even in
war.
the building that night.
All right. As Dom said, it will be civil war. My goal, obviously, take the belt off Bryce and get rid of Najasism. Meanwhile, with me and you, Dom, you and I are going to settle something. You and I are going to have our contest. We are going to have our encounter, our long-awaited encounter in PCW. You and I get to see who is the better man in this match.
Well, look who decided to join us again.
Here comes the crybaby. Here comes the crybaby. You're here
All
to.
right, okay, all right.
That better man.
Let's hear what I have to say. Let's hear what I have to say.
Are you visiting your therapist in between these breakout sessions, Naja?
More than likely. More than likely.
What's up, guys? I'm actually good. You know what? Because I'm at a point in my career where I don't have to prove myself. Main event after main event.
He turned his camera off because he's been sobbing in the background.
Main event after main event. I've beaten Joe Black this year. Austin Towers.
I beat Joe Black this year.
Owen Knight. The list goes on and
I've
on.
also beat up Owen Knight.
The MLW champion, Alex Kane. Yes,
Dude,
I beat him this year.
I beat the hell out of Owen Knight. Like, pretty much everyone in this
I think
podcast
we've
right
all
now
beaten
has
Owen
kicked
Knight
Owen
this
Knight's
year. I don't
ass.
think that's-
Okay? That's nothing special.
Even
like
I've
I said, since you guys want to interrupt me, I've beaten the MLW champion this year. I beat
the Dragon Gate champion.
Via disqualification. You beat him via display. You did not pin him. You did not submit him. You beat him by a technicality.
I pinned
So keep bragging.
Alex Kane 1, 2, 3.
All right. Let's let Narcissism get his point out.
I pinned Alex Kane 1, 2, 3. I pinned plenty of top stars in Georgia, the Southeast, and all over the United States this year alone. So yes, things have been kind of bad the past 2 months at PCW because I have allowed people like Duncan, people like Bryce to bring their friends in and interfere and do everything. But I promise you, this Friday night, that won't happen. I want to
You've allowed these things to happen because you're weak.
Speaking of friends, Najee,
He also doesn't have friends, by the way. Like, he literally doesn't have friends.
Najee,
Like-
what happened to you being my friend?
I've always allowed my talking to happen in the ring. I'm not going to allow you guys to get me upset anymore. Because
So you're not going to answer the question. What happened
That's
to you
probably
being
why
my
you
friend?
let your talking
What's the
be in
question?
ring.
What happened to you being my friend? I mean, I'm not
here
trying to
we
play
go.
any
Here
type
goes
of
the
sympathy
Hallmark
card,
Christmas
but
movie.
you know what hard work is like. I've worked my way for this title shot. I worked my way for this opportunity. This is my first opportunity of the PCW Heavyweight Championship.
Okay, Stuckey, I'm going to answer your question.
I earned it. What happened to you being my friend and
I'm
letting
answer
me
the
have
question.
my turn?
I'm going to
What
answer
happened
your
to you
question.
being my friend? What happened to you being my friend? Why are you guys obsessed with friendship?
Shut up, Bryce.
This is a
and let me
title
answer
match.
the question.
This is a career peaking opportunity for you idiots, and you're worried about relationships between each other? Do you not understand that in this business, it's a dog-eat-dog world? It's one man for himself in this business?
Okay, guys.
And yet you're trying to figure out
Yet
your
you run in a
friendship
group of
and
3?
relationship advice?
I'm going to answer Dom's question. So, Dom, before I answer your question, Bryce, I was champion for over 300 days. And if
And I
anybody
ended
that's
that.
kept up with that, my first title defense in those 300 days was against Bryce Cannon, and I pinned him 1,
And your
2,
last
3.
one was against Bryce Cannon
That's
as well.
fine. And the next time I win the championship will be this Friday. With
He's
Bryce
being
Cannon in the
very
match.
assuming
Dom,
right now. The
referring
rest of
to
you
your
notice that
question,
right now. He's
Dom,
being very assuming that he's actually going to come out on top here. Like,
coming to
he's
your
in
question.
the ring with 3 of the best wrestlers in Georgia, and he thinks he's just going to walk out like that.
So,
Disgusting.
Domininc Stuckey, you are my friend. You are my pal. You are my buddy. I respect everything that you have done. But when it comes to me being on top and me being in the main event and me being the champion, I'm not going to put a friendship before that.
Why is it
That's
always
point
me, though?
blank, period.
Why is it always
And that's
me?
for
I don't
everybody
need
else
Because
on this
he's
podcast.
selfish,
You
Duncan.
guys are
He's
so
selfish.
used to
He's
this
never been
nice
your friend.
image.
Okay?
You guys
Like,
are
why
so
are you
used
keep
to
calling?
what these
Why you
fans
keep
have
claiming
allowed
me,
you to
me, me?
believe. Yes, I'm selfish. Yes, I want
Why?
to have
he
my
admits it.
championship again.
You all see this, right? He just admitted it.
You have to be selfish in this business, Dom. What do you mean why?
I don't need you to
That's
agree
something
with
we've
me.
learned.
You don't
I don't
have
need
to
you
be
to agree with
selfish.
me.
You don't
Shut up,
have to
Naja.
be selfish to win. You don't have to be selfish to be champion. I've gotten way further by building bridges than building ladders.
Get over it.
Well,
I'm
it's
in the
really
main
proved-
event, and you
it's
have to
really
fight.
proved
Are
that Platinum
you worried
Championship
about me
Wrestling-
so much
That doesn't
that
make
you're
any sense, but
complaining?
okay.
Stop
Naja,
worrying
I'm
about
not
it.
worried. Naja,
That's
you're
really
not.
worked
Show
for
up
you
and
at
fight.
PCW.
Naja, I'm not worried about you.
Good.
There's a
Should
lot of
be.
big
You
dogs.
even
There's
mentioned-
Don't
one
worry
chihuahua
about
on
me
there.
because everybody that's not worried about me always gets beat by me.
I'm just saying there's one chihuahua on this whole fight, and that's you. That's the one that
Wow.
keeps barking. That's the one that keeps
Wow.
saying me. That's the one that keeps saying what I did for
Damn.
PCW. What have you done for
Damn.
PCW? Who have you elevated? Who have you made, Naja, besides yourself? Bryce made himself by beating you. Duncan made his name by beating Blaze. I made my name by beating everybody else.
Let's
Right now,
cycle to Dom here for a second.
What?
You're a stepping stone.
Y'all know who Cedric Terrell is, right? He was Najasism's protege. What happened there? Did Naja ever help Cedric? Did he ever have Cedric's back? No. I am hard on Cedric. I have said terrible things to his face, but I've said it to his face. I've never once gone behind his back because I care about how he turns out. Najasism never cared about Cedric Terrell. Not at all. Not in the slightest. That's why he turned on him.
Shocker.
Yeah, that's why he turned on me and hit me with a chair because he was sick of being in the background and he thought with the Eastside Ronins he would be in the foreground. But no, you kept him in the same
Yeah, and now
spot.
he won tag
He's in
team
the same
season.
spot.
He won
the
tag
end of
team
the day,
season. With you,
guess
he didn't
what?
do jack at all.
It's not about Cedric.
Thank
It's
you.
not
He has
about
done
anybody.
more with
At
me
the end
than
of
he
the
did
day,
with you in his entire career.
I don't care about Cedric Terrell right now. At the end of
Exactly,
the day,
because you are the most
Friday
selfish
night is about
individual.
my fans.
Bryce at least cares about the exotic youth. I care
Friday
about the
night is about
inside
True.
my
Ronin.
fans and
Domininc
my
Stuckey
friends and my
actually
family
cares
coming
about
to see
Platinum
me win back
Championship
my PCW
Wrestling.
championship. That's what Friday is about. My fans, my friends, and my family coming to see me win back my title.
You don't have friends. You do
That's
not
fine.
have friends.
Unless they
That's
just
fine.
brought a bunch of mirrors.
The only
I think
reason you
Rimland
have a
has
group
couple.
is because you paid them to be in the group, which you no one really
I don't
likes.
pay them anything, okay?
All right.
Wow.
I've heard the
Oof.
rumors.
Naja, I just can't
From
believe
who?
you beat.
Like, from who? Who do you talk to? Besides Brian Blaze, who do you talk to? No one.
You'll find out on Friday. Who I
I'll
talk to.
Can we
find out
just
on
talk
Friday.
about how Naja didn't even sign a line on the contract, so technically he shouldn't be in
Yeah, he
this
just
did
match?
scribbled
hear
his name
that.
on paper. He literally just scribbled his name on paper.
after I already put my name on the actual piece of paper. On the actual
Bryce, just enjoy Motel 6 and shut your mouth.
It's not a Motel 6. It's just an outdated Hilton, pal.
Oh, okay, sure.
That is not much better.
Cleveland, Ohio does not
Don't care where you're at.
Fit the frat.
Cleveland
As Mr. Cincinnati, I can attest to
y'all are
that.
not
Yeah.
ready for on
Yeah.
Friday
Cleveland
night.
out
You're
of
not
this.
ready to hear how those fans are going to be cheering my name. I got a partner in the match on Friday night. Domininc, the fans
Naja.
love you, but you're going to find out real
You have
big.
buried
Look.
Dom this entire podcast, and you think he's going to help you.
Well,
That's
boo,
hilarious.
Bitch.
Like,
Boo,
I have-
bitch. Dig
I have
yourself
shown
out the
more
ground.
respect to Dominic my
Dig
entire
yourself out
time
the
here
ground if you got
than you
buried.
have in your
Boo.
entire friendship.
Najee, Duncan has a point. Duncan, Bryce, Mr. Cincinnati, the podcast
If I had a
dad,
shovel, I'd bury Duncan too.
they've all treated me with some type of respect. Najee, you're the only one. Najee,
No,
you
I'm
came
the
up
only
the
one
first
that
thing
treated
said
you
was
with
that you
respect.
beat Joe
But
Black.
after getting
I
on this
hadn't beat
podcast,
Joe
I
as
realized
well.
you don't respect me.
But Najee, I'm just saying, you're naming all these people that you beat like I
No,
didn't beat them too.
but Naja.
You're the one that says Najee the most. That's the crazy part.
Because
It's your
he's a
name.
No, I'm not
narcissist.
the one that says
It's in
Naja
his
the most.
name.
The fans are the one that says Naja the most because you hear it every time I'm in the ring. Naja,
I didn't hear them cheer for you when they were saying I deserve it.
Naja. We don't hear Stuckey every time you're in the ring, but we definitely hear Naja every time.
I'm just saying that's because you don't watch everybody else's matches. You're too busy painting your face.
Mm-hmm. And it looks
He's just
damn
as
good when I
two-faced
get
as that
to
paint he
it,
wears,
right?
bro.
Thank you.
I mean, we're seeing it right here live on a podcast. Like this,
Wearing too much
is the
face
guy.
paint does actually affect your psyche, too. So
Yeah,
I
this
feel like
is
we're
the
finally
guy-
seeing that happen. Like,
Guys,
This is the
I
guy
just think
who
you're going
wants
out
to
tough.
be the
I think
face
you
of
need to.
Platinum Championship Wrestling. Let's be honest. Is this the type of champion that you want? A guy who's actually showing his true colors? An emotionally unstable chooch who can't even control his emotions on a podcast?
precisely.
No, you want somebody who's an actual professional. Somebody who actually promotes the business. Somebody who doesn't cry every time they don't get their way. And that's the frat daddy. I am a fighting champion. I am a man of the people. I don't care whether they chant my name or not.
I found
However-
this measuring tape so I could measure the holes when I get through burying you guys on Friday.
Well, Najee, I have one more question.
All right. Okay. Let's not
Let's let
go
Dom
make any
talk.
references there. That seems
Like,
a little
Dom's
dark.
been cordial this entire time. Let's Dom talk. Let's let Dom talk.
And
Go
if
ahead.
we want to be for real, let's pull the curtain back. No, I'm gonna pull the curtain back.
Oh,
let's
I can't
pull
even-
the curtain back.
Yeah.
Who's
This
been
is-
doing the visuals for PCW for the better part of 3 years? Who's the one that helped put this company on the map? Who's the one that put those lights up? Who's
See,
the
you
one
say
that changed
one.
that
You
whole
say
damn
one.
building around?
Dom,
No,
is
no,
this not
no,
a team
no,
effort?
no.
Is
Let's pull
Platinum
the curtain
Championship
back because
Wrestling
it's
not a
been
team
me,
effort?
And it's been me. It's been me and me and me and me. Who's at the building right now getting the show ready for Friday?
All right. What
So
about
how
Matt
is
Hankins?
putting up lights?
What about Brian
How is putting
Blaze?
up lights and doing
Hell,
visuals
what
gonna
about
help you win a
Butcher?
match
What
on
about
Friday?
Butcher?
Hell, what about Duncan and Bryce and Dom? We've all been in this main event scene with you
You
year.
all have contributed to the company, but don't discredit what I've done for the company.
I didn't want
No
to
one's
discredit
here
you.
is trying to discredit your contributions to this company. It just seems that you only seem to care
And let's
about
not even talk about
your
contributions to the
contribution.
company. Let's talk about
Yeah.
contributions to Georgia wrestling, period.
So does every electrician
Who-
deserve a title shot?
Who created the Georgia Wrestling History Award show and gala this year?
Yeah, and
organized
who
that?
didn't win a single
I'm so
award
fucking
at the
sick
show
of
that he
Georgia
created?
Wrestling not giving me the respect that I deserve.
Let's be honest.
All right,
The only
okay,
reason
let's-
you
let's-
just
let's
Yeah, you
all-
made an award
Let's all-
show
all
and
right,
didn't
all
get a
right, all right,
single
let's take a beat here.
award.
Let's,
Okay,
all right,
okay,
oh,
hold on,
come
hold on,
All
hold
right,
on.
all right. Najee, calm
I-
down.
all I wanna
Najee,
ask-
calm
Reel
down.
it back. Let's reel it
I
back,
just want
guys.
to ask Najee,
Come on.
how did he get into the match?
And he left. He
when
left again.
Edward Honcho has more wins since he's lost that title. Quattro
Don't
has
mention
more
that
wins.
name near
Nate
me.
Manchin has more wins. The Creeps have more
Hakeem
wins.
Young has more wins.
Vanderbilt and Rose have more wins. Hakeem has more wins. Dave Sage has more wins. Literally, you can take my number of wins, divide them by 4, and I would still have more wins than Naja's had since he's lost that championship. That's what I'm saying. It's not Najasism, it's nepotism. He's getting in by things that he has done. And great, I'm a history teacher. I can tell you about how amazing George Washington was. But nobody cares about the then. It's about the now and it's about the future. And Naja is not the now, and he's damn sure not the future. He's the oldest guy in this match, and he's the one acting like a child. Let's just call it what it is. It's ridiculous. He's destroying the whole set that he's pretending like he's the one that put together. I was there the day.
I guarantee you, he's tearing the ring apart right now.
Yeah.
Like,
Oh, I
Why
hope that's
can't I
not the
even put
case.
our
Yeah,
differences
no, he's
aside
literally
so that we can help
he's tearing the ring
compete?
apart right now, and he's probably going to have his trainees put it back together because he, once again, selfish.
One of the people commenting is our photographer, one of the best photographers.
Did he
in
mention her
wrestling
name
today.
once? No.
Didn't mention her name once.
I think it's funny how he wants to pull back a curtain and talk about how he plugged in some lights and stuff and think that's supposed to change my mind on how he's going to beat me for my title on Friday. The only reason Naj will win, if he wins, is because he's going to pin one of you two. He's not pinning the champ.
He's not pinning me.
He's not
He is
pinning me.
sure as hell not pinning me.
No one in this match is going to pin the champ. That's the sad part. You guys won't face me man to man because you'll be too busy trying to, use the rules against me. I understand what's at stake here. I can lose my title whether Duncan pins Dom or Duncan pins Naja or Naja pins Duncan or Naja pins Dom. I understand what's going to happen here, but it's not going to happen. The key fact is this match can go several ways, but it's only going to go one way. And that's with the frat daddy holding the belt above 3 dead bodies at the end of Turn the Page. So we can get over Naja's little rant. I'm not going to put up with that as your champion. That is the dumbest thing I've ever seen. It's unprofessional. And if he walks out Friday night with his championship, I may not return to Platinum Championship Wrestling. Because if that's what we're going to, stand up for and support, that's a company I don't want to be a part of.
You know what's disgusting to me? As hated as I am right now at that promotion, I still show up no matter what. On my worst days, I still show up. A guy like Najasism loses a little bit of credibility and he makes a complete 180. Because he never cared about PCW. Najasism cares about Najasism.
Speaking of,
I just hope whoever's watching this sees the true colors. It's not just the face paint that he puts on that's different colors. This man is showing his full sleeve right now of colors. It's ridiculous.
All right. So let's everybody take a beat here. We're coming up on our time here. We're gonna start this. Basically, we're gonna end this with one final thing, and each of you will have the floor without interrupting each other. I'm gonna start with the challengers first. One simple question: what does being PCW World Champion mean to you, Duncan? We'll start with you.
Well, it's quite simple. Domininc Stuckey believes this. I know for a fact he believes this. He'll probably have a similar viewpoint. I don't know if Bryce is just saying that he cares about being a fighting champion or if he's just spewing out whatever orifice he wants to. Najasism's just going to keep on stroking his own ego. That much is clear. When I become PCW heavyweight champion, I'm going to be a fighting champion. I have always been a fighting champion. When I was Dealer's Choice champion, I never took a day off. Every single show, I defended that belt. And I will continue to defend the PCW Heavyweight Championship. Whether they like it or not, I will be a fighting champion.
Okay.
Domininc.
What was the question again?
What does being
Pay
PCW
attention, bro.
World Champion mean to you?
Hold on.
It's all right. It's okay. We'll repeat it. Yeah.
I think it means a lot more to me than it does these other 3 men. I think it means more to me than anybody else in that locker room. And I'm not saying that they don't love PCW in their own way, shape, or form. I'm not here to judge that. I'm just saying 7 years ago, when I was in that locker room, I didn't see any of these faces. Now, 7 years later, as I continue to walk into this locker room, single show in it, it's not my second show of the night. Trust me. I see a lot of new faces. I see a lot of people looking up to me. I see guys like Jeter, Brian Blaze, Butcher, Carpenter that have put their trust and respect. They have put the future of PCW into my hands. I'm not letting those guys down. And I'll give all 3 of these guys their own individual shot once I'm PCW champion. I'll give all of Georgia a shot. You know what? I'm the one that travels the most. I'll give all of Georgia, Alabama, Florida, South Carolina, North Carolina, California, everything. Anyone, anytime, anywhere, their own chance at wrestling a true wrestling champion.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks, Domininc. Naja, you're the vet here. Last word before our champion. What does being PCW World Champion mean to you?
That's not a good word.
Respectful.
So I've listened to everything everyone has had to say. And it just seems like it's a lot of jealousy going on. I respect everybody individually for individual reasons. Bryce, how you come on the map, you have really shown your stardom here in Georgia, all over the U.S. now. And, it's undeniable. But you didn't beat me fairly for that championship. You had to use Pepper Bottom to win the title.
It was a no disqualification match, but yeah.
Duncan, I have not only given you, I didn't only give you one title shot. I gave you 2 title shots during my title reign. Both shots, both times, I beat you fairly, 1, 2, 3. Even though you had people interfere on your behalf, I still beat you. Stuckey, you were going to have the opportunity to face me for my championship when I was champion. However, you got booked somewhere else and didn't show up. So
however,
the championship can't. I didn't interrupt.
All right. Let's not interrupt everybody. This is not just floor right now.
Exactly. I didn't interrupt you. So the championship can't be that important to you because I was giving you a shot during my title reign and you didn't show up, buddy. Bryce, you were the first person I beat when I became champion. Duncan, I've beaten you over and over and over and over again. So I'm going to sum it up. This Friday, like I said before, is for my friends, for my family, and all my fans that have supported me for the past 3 years since I've came back to wrestling, because I guarantee you I'm going to win back my championship Friday night or I'm going to die trying. Friday, it's simply time to fight.
Yeah, let's hope he dies trying.
Well, all right. Okay. Well, Bryce, there is no champion's advantage this Friday night, unfortunately, but you do get the last word here tonight. What does being PCW World Champion mean to you?
There is a championship advantage this Friday night, actually. Yes, all 3 guys.
Yeah, let's call it Exotic Youth interfering.
Hold on. We gave you the floor.
The champ is speaking. There is a championship advantage. No matter how talented the other 3 guys are in this match, I'm simply the champ, and I'm the champ for a reason. It's because I'm better than them. Domininc, we've battled since I first got into this business. You've gotten the better of me sometimes, but here lately I've been getting the better of you. Duncan, longest reigning Dealer's Choice champion. That's something to be proud of. However, it was a reign that got ended by the Frat Daddy, and not by accident. Naja, the longest reigning PCW heavyweight champion. Once again, something that is incredible and you should be proud of. Yet, it was ended by the Frat Daddy. And you can say it wasn't fair, but if I do recall, you brought a freaking table into the match and put me through it. So you can
put me through a table too, stupid.
All right, okay.
Yeah, it's a no disqualification match. Why are you going to be mad at him for that?
Anyways,
Stupid.
Can we mute this guy? Can we mute him?
Are you dumb? You forgot that
we haven't done anybody yet today. Let's see if we can. Let's just get this home. We're almost there.
We can make it through. Let's see if we can make it through, guys.
We're almost there. Bryce, last word.
Let me not direct any comments to him before he cuts his camera off again. So what's going to happen this Friday is the Frat Daddy will walk in that match as your PCW heavyweight champion, and the Frat Daddy is going to walk out of that match PCW heavyweight champion. And you 3 can sit here and moan, groan, and complain that I haven't defended the title since I won it. You cannot call me a fighting champion or whatever. But Mr. Cincinnati Podcast Dad, when was the last time Roman Reigns defended his championship?
Let's not compare you to Roman Reigns ever.
It's been a while. He's made this entire podcast.
It's been a while, correct?
Yes,
However,
it has been a while.
We still, call him our WWE undisputed heavyweight champion, correct?
Correct.
We do. We acknowledge
exactly. It. So it's not about fighting for this. It's about what you do with it. And quite frankly, Naja, when you had it, you killed the place. The crowd was down.
Are
When the
you
frat
an
daddy
idiot?
became the
Our
champion,
crowd doubled during
the
my
crowd
title reign.
became
The crowd doubled.
PCW.
I
I was
Are you
there
kidding?
one night that you defended that belt. There were 20 people in the crowd. Okay,
Was that the
are you
night I
saying that it
defended
doubled from
against you?
10?
Was it the night I defended against you because they knew I were going to beat you?
Maybe it was the night you defended against ERC or whatever other bum challenged you during your reign,
You're a
Naja.
loser. You've always been a loser. That's
All
why
right,
I beat me so many
okay,
times.
all right.
You're
All
a
right.
loser. That's why
You
you surrounded yourself
Okay,
with
You
that
see
group.
how he
because you need
behaves,
somebody
right?
to uplift you.
Again, this used to be our
Either
champion.
way,
Matter of
either
fact,
way.
your
Get
name
this.
is not Duncan Avecilla, it's Duncan Loser. Duncan.
Instead of talking about
All right,
myself,
okay, all
That's
right,
great.
all right.
I'm gonna
Thursday.
talk
That's-
about
It's a little bit off the rails right now.
It's very clear that these issues are not going to be resolved on this podcast, and quite frankly, that's not really wanted. We just wanted to give everybody a chance to have
No,
their
you
final
wanted
thoughts
us to get
before
on this
PCW
podcast so
turned
you
the
could put
page.
Bryce over. The
No,
friend
no,
of the
no.
show.
No.
Look, they have given
Ever-
Stuckey credit. They have given
Jesus,
me
all right.
credit. They've given Bryce.
Yeah.
They've even tried to give you credit, but you won't have it.
It's
I
not.
don't need
It's
credit from
it's not our
anybody.
fault that you were late to the
All
stream
I need is
tonight, my
fans,
friend. All
my
right,
friends,
look,
and my family. I don't need the podcast. I don't need
That's
you
good.
guys. to
Again, you
respect
don't
me.
have
All I need is
friends.
my friends,
It's
my
good.
family.
welcome, fine,
Name
awesome,
one
good,
friend.
great, grand, yeah,
Okay.
awesome. Thank you so much.
This
We
is
we
who
appreciate
PCW
everybody.
wants as champion. This is
That's not
who
who
they want.
That's fine.
They weren't cheering for him.
Unreal.
That's fine. Well, you know what? Hey, gentlemen, all four of you, thank you very much. Duncan Avecilla, Domininc Stuckey, Najasism, Frat Daddy, Bryce Cannon. We appreciate you guys coming to join this championship summit. Remember, PCW turned the page this Friday, Covington, Georgia, October 13th. It will also be on IWTV a couple of weeks after airing. Podcast Dad, I think it's time we just take this home.
Real quick.
Yeah, yes, sir.
I apologize for their behavior. I want to apologize for their behavior.
That's all right.
That's
all
okay.
right.
Thank you.
We
As
appreciate
the flag
that.
bearer,
It's
thank
always, yeah,
You're very welcome.
it is. It's always good to see you. So, gentlemen, thank you so much for joining us.
It's always
This
good
has
to
been
see
the
your
Wrestling
friends.
Junkies podcast,
Yeah.
Mr. Cincinnati Podcast Dad. We out.
you.